Hey everyone. Yep, this is the topic tonight. So how's everyone doing there?
Doing good here.
All right, let me get up here. So how'd you like that little
That
work
was
I
a
did
nice
there?
little new intro you did up there.
Yeah, I went and what Dave sent me as an intro video. I went and tweaked it and chopped and cut and twisted. And
Yep.
yeah, I tried to download a bunch of free short clips like that of little things. They're all locked, even though they said free use, no, everything else. They won't load into Pinnacle. Pinnacle will not allow them to be loaded in because they got copyright stuff on it. It says free use to use. It's not allowing me to use it free use. And the ones I looked up online, they were saying, "Oh yeah, free use, $17 a month, unlimited downloads." It's like, I don't want unlimited downloads. I don't want any of that stuff. I want free
That's
use
not
like
free.
I want that's not free. Exactly. I wanted what I put in there. All right, let me check one thing else here real quick. And yeah, that's where my sound's coming from. Had another tab open on the other screen and I didn't have it muted all the way.
Okay.
All right, so, and clear that thing out and clear that out. Okay. So, well, before we jump into this, let's say hi to everybody out there in the side chat. Okay, and I love the way it cuts it off. If someone comes in really early when I start it, I put the announcement out there, several hours ago, and people say, "Oh, I'll be there. It eliminates them. But I did notice that Phelan Clan Wolf, Super Scout were there early. I can't remember who the other one was. But then we got here, Keith Kronk came in, and then CB, Hugo Homestead, Uncle Al, Dive Frog 79, CR from north of the border, Beautiful Harvest Abbey, and chit-chatting. CB, count back up here. Everyone's talking. The other guys are coming back in saying hi. Ozlander Info, hey, how you doing? Oh, they're getting ready to move. And let's see, CR, Howie, Food Forest Permaculture's in the house. And Thrifty DG is here. Purple Tea Bear, hey, Faye. And Suburban Hillbillies here. Jay is in the house. Ginger Ninja is here. I stole Courtney's favorite favorite fan.
Yeah, better watch out. You're going to get all the women ganging up on you and saying, "Okay, you think so, huh?"
Hey, come on over. I support Courtney a lot. Courtney will be here. She's going to try to be here. She's having problems with her computer. Kaylin Strain is in the house. Shady Hill Homestead. Homestead Aquarius. And talking about temperature there. Thrifty G says high 79. My high was 35 today. Texas Rob is here. It just jumped on me a whole bunch. Yeah, I missed a whole bunch. Okay, go back up here. Texas Rob, Tim Fergal from Northern Idaho, or North Idaho. Sorry. I don't know why they don't like using Northern. Not like I'm making it another state. Yeah. All right, Zombie Preppers here. Heirloom Permaculture and Preparedness is here. Nunya Texas on the back 20 is here. Try to give him twice the much land. Texas Diggs Outdoors is here. And I'm caught up. Yay. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. And for those of you that are going to be lurking, hey, hope you learned something. don't be afraid to pop in a comment, ask a question. All right, so tonight is basically a scenario-based event. Like the thing talking about, hey, the supply chain is broken. It's failed. It's collapsed. Whatever you want to call it. Nothing's coming from factories or farms to the stores. And so for those of you that have been prepping for that, you got your wish. Here it is. Now what's your plan? And so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But to point to us, I'm going to throw some management legalese out here at you. So we got some ground truths we're going to talk about. Uh-oh, what's he talking about? Ground truths. Well, when you're doing training events and stuff and tabletops, ground truths are the thing. All right, this is what has happened, and this is what we're basing this on. Well, right now, I've talked about it a couple times. What was the one? Central Trucking is going belly up. Oh, there she is.
Sorry, my computer was acting up.
Quirky.
So.
Not a problem.
Sorry.
Central Trucking is going out of business. So there's 2,500 employees there that aren't going to be driving anymore. At least not for them. Some are they're scrambling to pick up with other companies, but some companies aren't hiring. And I can't remember the guy's name. His last name is Jacobs. He owns majority stock in two big logistic companies. And 2 weeks ago, he dumped 20% from each of those companies' stock, sold it. And a lot of people went, oh shit, what's going on? Why is he getting out of the business? What's happening? That came
You're
on.
freezing, that's what.
Yeah, that came on the heels about 2 days after Central made their announcement that they were going out of business. So everyone was started freaking out. And hey, Aid, got Aid near in the house, and Gardner Josh. And so, there's a lot of concern over what trucking companies are doing and what's happening to them. And I just realized I forgot to do something here. There is something I need to show here in a minute. I need to get up here real quick here. And
Hold on. There we go.
Truckee. Okay. And there's a lot of people that are freaking out over hey, Steve's here, Corsair Trainers. And so there's a lot of people that are freaking out over, all right, is this the collapse of the beginning of the end for the supply chain? Well, all right, so I'm saying this, the supply chain has never been in a worse condition than it is now. That's all I'm saying. Now, there are other things that that affect the supply chain short term. And this is one of them. All right, so Truckee, which is on Donner Pass, the Truckee Scales is right there in the middle of Donner, or after Donner Pass and everything else. And I know Dave used to always get the every time I mentioned Donner Pass, and I hate driving it in the winter. I hate driving in the summertime, but I really hate driving it in the wintertime. And so here's what's going on right now. Earlier today, it said it had 100% snow, 100% heavy snow. And one of the news blips I saw that Donner Pass was closed to all trucks, even if they had chains, closed to all trucks and all vehicles other than four-wheel drives with snow tires and or chains. So that, they've been plowing as best they can, but they, the snow's been coming down and it got to them. So, and if you look at it here, that's today it's 90% chance of heavy snow. Tomorrow, 80 dropping down to 30% during the daytime, then back up to 70% heavy snow. 90% heavy snow on all day Christmas. Christmas evening, 80 to 50% heavy snow, then a chance of snow. Sunday turns into snow and breezy. Heavy snow Sunday night, snow likely Monday. If I scroll on down here, down to a chance of snow on and partly sunny on Tuesday. So it looks like Tuesday they'll have it back open for trucks to travel through. Now this is not an alert. This is a winter storm warning. So, hey, guess where the trucks have to go now? They can't go up north. They got to go south, out of LA, across through Phoenix on the 10, and get around and then start heading up 15 back up to Salt Lake, catch 80 again, or over into New Mexico or Texas, to then go up and start getting the area. So you're adding a couple days of delivery time to any of the trucks that are going south. However, what is that couple extra days of drive time going to do to that trucker?
Yeah. Not good.
What's it
Not good
do
on
to the
fuel
company
either.
that has to pay the gas?
Yeah, exactly. And if they're an independent hauler, they're not going. They're just going to hey, I'm going to lose money driving it, or I sit here and I'm losing money, but I'm not taking a deficit of the gas.
Yep.
And so they're just going to sit and wait for the road to clear. And
what's
so
so
that's going
stupid
to be
is diesel is a byproduct of making regular gasoline, and it costs more than regular gasoline. That's stupid.
Yeah, I know. And then, well, like I've talked about before, most of the diesel exhaust fluid that trucks after 2014, 12 have to have because they got now these computerized crap in that makes the truck only go 5 miles an hour if they don't have the DEF fuel in the DEF tank because of the exhaust, trying to clean up the exhaust. And most of it's made overseas and it's imported. Well, the place that's making it is running into problems. It makes a lot of it. And there's two countries, I can't remember off the top of my head, but over towards Indonesia, Taiwan, over on that side of Asia are having major problems finding it. They got shortages. Anything they do have is like 3, 4, 5 times as much as normal. Then Australia started to get hit. Well, there was a news article. Australia has worked out a deal with some urea supplier to manufacture the DEF for Australia, so Australia doesn't do it. So Australia has a what's it called, a contract, not a priority, but basically it's they get everything from this first. Anything that they don't buy from this company, then that company can sell elsewhere. And Tim, the reason why DEF smells like ammonia, that's one of the major ingredients in it is ammonia. And actually, one of the articles I was reading today is for your not big trucks, but your 1 tons, half tons, 3/4 tons. If you run out of DEF, you can put windshield washer fluid in there with ammonia, and it'll work. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work. It doesn't run as clean, but it runs and it doesn't shut down to 5 miles an hour. And remember, the DEF goes in after the exhaust leaves the engine. Hey, Julie Evans. All right, let's see. Who else did I miss here? Oh, Tasha's here. Prep for it. The other Tasha from Mama Bear Prepping is out with friends, so she couldn't come up because her thing today at 3 o'clock Mountain Time when it was released, her daily thing kind of keynoted into this as we get into it here. Emma's here. Hey, Emma. All right. So everybody think for a minute. If the supply chain collapses as a failure, even if it's only just for 3 months, we just give it a 3 months. So this is it. This is your ground truth. It's only going to be for 3 months. What are you going to do for 3 months?
Starve to death.
Courtney, I know you're not starving to death, not with that 500 and some odd pounds of food you grew this
I don't
summer.
know what you're talking about. That never happens.
Hey, Projects of Paul. So, all right. Let's say you have 3 months worth of food in your house, people. You all have 3 months worth of food, and you find out, all right, there's the supply chain for is collapsing and stuff, and it's going to be 3 months before they get any semblance of normalcy to deliveries again. What are you going to do? Now, people are going to say, well, I got 3 months of food. I'm good.
It depends on how it goes down, because if we don't have electricity, stuff like that, like that's a little bit different than not having food altogether. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
Exactly.
if we don't have electricity, that would be a little more tasking, I guess, especially if you want to grow things. But if the supply chain went down, I'm not worried about it per se, because I know what I am capable of and what I can do as far as growing food for myself.
Steve said it's going
Mad
straight
Max.
Mad Max.
Steve is sitting there in his chair. I guarantee you guys, he's sitting there just laughing his butt off because he slams all the guys that say, "Oh, we're going Mad Max."
Leather pants, Steve. That's all.
Leather pants, Steve. Oh my! Don't let that get out too far, there, Corsair.
That's all I can think about is leather pants and mohawks.
No, Steve doesn't wear the full leather pants. He just wears the chaps.
The assless chaps, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Remember,
Steve.
I heard that first on his channel a year and a half ago.
Yes.
Anyways.
I understand.
Anyways, and Kaylin says has a good point too. Also depends on your location when things go south. But here's something that most people don't think about.
Tight leather pants, no less.
Chaps, Courtney. Now everybody's in on it. Oh,
all right.
Lord.
So here's something that most people don't think about. What does your water municipality need before it can give you the water?
I'm sorry, what?
We used to be able to pump it.
No, they have they have water coming in. They got electricity to pump it. What do they need before they can pump it legally? Something that comes in on a truck and gets pumped into the holding station so they can run it through the stuff and purify the water.
Oh,
You're talking about the chlorine.
Chlorine, chloramine, or any of the other chemical agents they use to kill the parasites and everything else that's living in the water. Example for back in California, the Contra Costa Water District and the Martinez Water District and East Bay Municipal Utility District all draw water off the Contra Costa Canal. Well, it flows open air for about 85 miles. And in that open air area, there's trees overhanging it and birds pooping in the water and squirrels going down in there and other thing. They got to clean that water and make it safe before they can distribute it to you. And they have to have those trucks delivering the chemicals for them to treat it. So if they don't have trucks doing it, you ain't gonna have water.
I mean, I will have water. I have a well. However,
you have a well. You're sitting pretty a lot better than 90% of the population.
Yeah, and my well is 100 feet down, and I do need like a hand pump or something that I can use that doesn't require electricity. But for the most part, I mean, there's tons of water in this area. Like I would never have a problem getting water. Yeah. Unless there was like some kind of chemical spill or some kind of issue that way. But I can't prepare for everything. I can only prepare for what I think I know is going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Excuse me. That's one of the things, people don't think about. Now, here's the other end of that water system. The sewage treatment plant. if they can't get the chemicals to treat it on their end, it's going to back up, or they're going to be dumping raw sewage out in places they're not supposed to be dumping it out. And when you got a city like the size of Los Angeles, ooh, wow, I think they're dumping in the ocean. That's where their overflow is going to go to. And so you're going to have all the beaches that are closed as well. But that's going to be a problem that's going to affect just about every water municipality in the United States. Is if they have to add the sanitizing agent chemicals into the water system to clean it, and if they use certain chemicals to de-harden the water, that's going to be another problem. Because I know the Martinez water district, the water when they are pulling from it is hard. They run stuff through it to pull a lot of the hardness out, and they got piles and piles of the minerals and stuff they pulled out of the water, and just pile it off the side there. So they got this little valley thing they're just filling in and making some nice, decent looking land there. But what was that? We had Ishmael. We had. Okay, Kevin says, "Oh, took out the water treatment plant." Yeah. Now I know I'm kind of lucky here. Sorry, got something in my eye.
Yeah, I did too. I was like,
we got bugs around here.
Okay, what are you two doing over there? Hey,
Mennonite Farmhouse. All right, so what? Here in Idaho, our little quarter-mile square town has its own water district. You know, we have 418 people here that are on that water, and it's well water. They got 2 wells, one they use year-round, one they only use in this early spring when the nitrate level in the ground has been washed clean from all the winter snows and stuff, and they pump it out and clean all the pipes out and pump from it and stuff, and they only use that for emergencies. That's their emergency backup. So the water that we get here is from the ground, never sees the light of day, and so ours is untreated water, well water, but it's tested. You know, they test it for everything, and so it's it's clean water, but when the power goes out here, our water pressure drops from 45 pounds PSI down to 5 pounds PSI because they didn't put up a water tower. They just put a tank at ground level, and they put it at city level, and they didn't go up on the hill rise, which is about 25 feet higher outside of town, like was recommended. So our water pressure goes down to dribble, and we're like, everyone's making phone calls, get that generator turned on, and then the guy's got to drive over there and turn the generator on.
That sounds like a really crappy water situation that I would be terrified about.
Well, all right. In the entire time I've been here, since 2016, coming up and stuff and talking to my daughter, there's been 3 times the water pressure has dropped.
Yeah, that's
only 3.
Good.
And usually it's only about, anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes before they get the generator on and the water pressure's back up.
Huh.
But yeah, but the thing is though, hey, that's our problem too, is because, hey, it's diesel generators. And how do they get the diesel here? Through the supply chain. So as far as the supply chain's done for 3 months, you got food. You may or may not have Jay, I refuse to comment on that topic. So what are your plans? How are you do it? Now, here's the other things to consider, right? So you got your food. You got 3 months of food. And then you find it's going to be about 3 months before they can get the supply chain starting to be back up and running. So how many?
Yeah, but even then, it's not going to be it's not going to be that quick. Like, we've already experienced a little bit of what it can do, and it wasn't even that much.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still struggling, and it was only down maybe a month. We were only quarantined for a few months.
Yeah. And the supply chain really wasn't down during that time.
Exactly.
It was limited a little bit. They lost 10-20% of their delivery force. But here's the other thing. All right, food. You got 3 months worth of food. You got 3 months worth of milk.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, yes, I do.
You got a cow?
You get powdered milk for.
Yeah.
Well, I have that. Yeah.
Well, that's why you have a couple cows. One's the mama cow, which always is given milk most of the time. You have another mama cow that you alternate with, so you'll have milk year round. And then you got beef coming in from that. But no, seriously. All right. So powdered milk, you got to have powdered milk. How many people here have 3 months worth of powdered milk?
I got so much of it down there, I could probably swim in it. Are you kidding me?
Okay. So you're good. Mennonite farmhouse got 100 cows. All right. Now, here's the thing is, are you rotating through that powdered milk?
Yep.
Okay. I
What is that Mexican powdered milk? We have that. I can't think of it.
Yeah. I picked up a can of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that you can get it at Walmart. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it. Yeah. Costco. It reminds me of Nestle when I look at the can. At first,
yeah. Until it's like kind of like
Mary Beth says Nido. How do you Nido?
Yeah. That's it, Mary Beth. Thank you.
All right.
Look for it says leche.
No. Jay says that you have enough powdered milk to put in your coffee for years, probably.
Well, duh. I got to make sure you people are safe, because if I don't have coffee, guess what happens?
Yeah. And Dave, hey Dave,
says
25-year shelf life on his. All right. Now, here's the thing is, see, I envy you, Bruce, because when I was young, we had powdered milk. My mom would mix it up, warm tap water and stuff, and serve it.
Mm-hmm. What? It's just like you got it from the tap.
Once it was refrigerated for a while, it was a little bit better. But you see, in my teens, we had a Guernsey Jersey cow. That's 1 quart of super, super extreme heavy duty cream per gallon of milk.
Yeah.
Regular store-bought whole milk tastes like crap compared to that stuff. Yeah. So I got spoiled on it.
You can milk.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't taste the same. I mean, it's a little sweeter. It tastes a little more
caramelized because the way the sugars in it kind of cook off a little bit.
Yeah.
But, hey, sweetened condensed canned milk, hey. And so the other thing to think of, all right, hang on. Okay. All right, let's go slow down. Have you gone over how to make ghee and cheese? Not yet.
I can't make cheese, but I can make ghee.
Yeah. And I know there's been a lot of talk about it when Uncle Al was up here, talked about making ghee, and we had some other people up talking about making ghee and commenting in the side chat about how to make ghee. The thing is, though, for some people, when we taste powdered milk, it's just, So it's one thing that I will have to swallow my pride along with that powdered milk. Do it, but
all you have to do is have your wife make it so that you don't know she made it, and then you come in, you get it out of the fridge, you pour it in. You will not tell the difference, I guarantee you.
I got $1,000 says I will.
I will
I'll
too.
take your money. I don't care.
I would totally
because once someone told my mom to refrigerate it first for 12 hours before anybody drinks it. She tried that, and she even put it in a milk jug, a milk carton from the store. I still knew immediately what it was.
Yeah,
but
I probably
the thing
can
is,
tell
it's just something like personally I'm going to have to do. However, it's if it's eating dry cold cereal or getting powdered milk on it, I'm going to take the powdered milk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and powdered milk is good in baked stuff. I can't tell it. Now, the one place I could not tell it was when my mom made homemade hot cocoa mix.
Mm.
Yeah, couldn't tell it because
Well, yeah, there's so much stuff in that, like as far as flavor. Like,
Al, that's one. It's not just sheep. There's a lot of goats around here, so I have a lot better chance on getting some goats. And even though my daughter has rabbits, no, we're not going to try to milk the rabbit.
you don't want to milk the cat, Gil?
That could be taken a few different ways. Better be careful here, people. It's not the late night yet.
I was talking about that movie. Oh my God. No. Oh my Lord.
Yeah. It'd be the very expensive milk tasting. Yeah. Anyways, so what I'm saying that people, what I want to get at is, all right, so, what other things besides food? Let's get totally off of food and water and stuff. What other things now are you going to suddenly find yourself short of or worrying about because the supply chain is down?
You see, when you have a big basement like I do now, it's pretty easy. You set up for everything. I mean, you get what you need to have, and I mean, plan for at least a minimum of 6 months, because if you have something like a supply chain failure, it's not going to be better in a month or 2 months or 3 months. It's going to take 4 or 5 or 6 months. So you always prepare double what you think you're going to need.
Yeah, and Steve popped off of one of the things people are going to be running into a problem with, disposables, and that the biggest disposable is toilet paper. And don't worry, Steve, I have 10 of those froze of the Member Mark 45 roll packs of toilet paper out in the shop. So I'm good for a year and a half or 2.
Bill just got marked down on everybody's supply house now.
Yes, I will be trading off toilet paper for fresh milk. There's a dairy up the road. All right. All right, Uncle Al just nailed Steve. But hey, all right. So Obama Backwoods, stock more cloth for making clothes, especially if you have kids growing up. Canning lids. Yeah. You're going to need to be canning food and stuff. More canning jars if you don't have enough canning jars to can all your stuff in.
Yeah.
Right or dust, that would be an issue. Warfarin is not an easy one to resupply on.
Yeah. No more Sears catalog, guys. It's kind of hard to wipe your butt with this.
That's another thing that most people don't talk about. For me personally, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't care if I have my cell phone or not. There's a lot of people in this world, if they don't have their cell phone, they'll go stark raving mad within 3 or 4 hours. Then it would be Mad Max time.
All right, just catching up on the thing here. And someone asked the question, have I ever tasted rabbit? Yeah, my daughter was buying meat rabbits from someone else in town here and doing making meatloafs and other little things for it. So yeah, I had some. Okay, Tim, since 1971, this is the first time I noticed it. Every time there's a major disaster, The first thing gone from the stores is toilet paper, followed by bottled water. They didn't have bottled water back then. Followed by hamburger patties and frozen foods. Why frozen foods? I don't know, but frozen foods disappear really fast. And if the power goes out, they just lost all that frozen food.
Well, it depends on when it happens, because those freezers in the stores, if the doors are kept closed on them, they will stay good down below the 0 mark for probably 4 or 5 hours because they're really well insulated. So
yeah,
if it happened in the middle of the day, yeah, everybody's going to rush to the store and be opening those doors, and they're going to heat up real quick. If it happened in the middle of the night, there's a chance that you could go to the store the next day and everything's still frozen there because there weren't people opening the doors continuously.
All right. There was a comment here. I missed it. Jenny Pennington. Hey, how you doing? We have things like, let me just show it here. Dried chopped dates. Been having trouble getting cheese dip for chips, but yeah, today they're able to get 12 jars. Yeah, and that's what happened to me up here at Sam's Club. I like the plain cheddar cheese sticks in the packet. You get a whole bunch of these ones individually wrapped and stuff. And they ran out of the cheese sticks other than the mozzarella for 2 weeks. Then they got the cheddar Colby mix in. Then last week they finally got the straight cheddar in. Well, I picked up a bunch, and I tossed some in the freezer because I don't care what the texture's like when it comes out of the freezer, just that it tastes good. So I got grandkids. When they come over, the first thing they ask me for is cheese stick, and it's not cookies, it's not candy, it's cheese stick. And so, hey, it's healthy. I stock cheese sticks for them. All right.
Yes.
There's something fishy out in the chat.
Yeah, bread disappears fast too. Milk goes, but yeah, in the first 6 hours at us. Oh, Weibo, how you doing? The Idaho Garden Girls in the house. Catching up on the chat. Going over everything here. Okay. Oh, man, I just jumped a whole bunch. All right. I probably missed some good comments there, but so there's going to be some.
Al said beer.
Beer and soda. Yeah, and that's the thing. Oh, sodas. How many people here refuse, or do you know if that refuse to admit they're addicted to sodas? But they have.
I used to be, but I broke that habit.
Yeah, they go through sodas. My brother picked up, like my dad. My dad loved Mountain Dew, and he'd have probably one Mountain Dew a day when he got home from work. My younger brother got hooked on it. At one point, he was going through a 6-pack a day of Mountain Dew.
Wow.
He'd take a 6-pack with him to work.
Well, he needs to move to Tennessee then. That's where it was created, was here.
Yeah. And so he finally broke that habit, but he had the worst headaches for about 3 weeks when he was trying to get off Mountain Dew.
I'm a huge Diet Coke fanatic. I don't keep it in the house, but if I do go out somewhere, like, I'll totally get a Diet Coke somewhere. I'm like that. But I don't keep it in my house.
Yeah.
Because it'll go so fast. Like, my husband will drink it too. And so therefore it's just gone. It's just no point in getting it.
Now you see, CR is a good man. He said he'd rather have coffee. Now that's a good man right there.
No, I don't.
That's someone you can rely on.
And so coming into week 2 of the supply chain being down, no more coffee.
That's okay. I got plenty.
Yeah.
It's for your all's protection. I already told you that.
And now, yes, I am a huge sweet tea person. I don't drink sugar, but yeah, regular or whatever diet.
Hey, Carol.
Tea. Cigarettes will be in a bad situation, though.
All right. So
But I don't
so
smoke.
think of this. Deodorant, mouthwash, toothpaste, medicines. There's going to be a lot of people that are really going to be panicking because their doctors only give out a 30-day prescription.
Oh, that's my doctor anyway.
If you're in an area where you have the tornadoes and stuff, I'd be hitting up my doctor saying, hey, I need to have at least a 60-day supply on hand so I can do first in out. I go get another, when I get down to 60 days, I go get the 60 to 90-day one, and I work my way through it. So when the tornadoes hit and stuff like that, and I'm stuck in the pharmacy's net and I can't get out, I need to have my medications if I'm screwed for weeks. And just remember, Katrina, there are people out there that were stuck out there for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's horrible. And Weebo was right. Baking soda you can use as toothpaste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's like, do I use the baking soda for toothpaste or use it for making food?
I have like 5 boxes of baking soda, so.
Right. So, I mean, that's the thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration, is the alternative. So you have enough of the alternative to last in case your preferred isn't around. All right. Clothing. Someone mentioned about getting more cloth to make clothing, but if it's down for 3 months, it could be 6 months before Walmart gets any more shoes in. When my wife tried getting me, well, just go get a pair of Walmart shoes. They're a lot cheaper than your Red Wings, and you just well, I go fine. I'll try it for a year. In a year, I went through 4 pair of the work boots from Walmart at $49 a pair. So that's $50 times 4. It's $200 and that lasted me just a little, a year. At my Red Wings last me 5 years at $275. Which one? $200 for 1 year or $275 for 5 years? She finally told me to go back and start buying Red Wings.
Yeah, the Red Wings seem to last a lot longer. My husband had those Carolina boots. I cannot remember the exact name. It's Carolina something or another. And they didn't last near as long. I think it was like maybe a year max. And the other ones, the Red Wings he's had before, lasted like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, well.
So he went and bought Red Wings again because they last that long.
I did that video on the shoe repair for the Irish setter made by Red Wing. When I took those in to try to get them repaired, along the sole that little strip that the stitching goes in was plastic and it turns brittle. And the guy wouldn't even touch it. He goes, "No, this piece here is not leather. It's plastic. I try to sew it. It's going to break up even more than it's already breaking up. Yeah, I won't even touch it." And so that's how come I had to get that shoe glue stuff. That was actually made by Gorilla Glue, and glue the sole back onto it, which is holding up good. But that pair of boots is 5.5 years old. Even with the cheap plastic thing on it, it's 5.5 years old. And so, that's one of the things you got to look at is, if you're getting the cheap throwaway disposable clothing and stuff, to me, that's, anybody that does this, I apologize for what I'm about to say, but hey, to me, that's the epitome of stupid. If you're getting disposable clothing because it's only going to last you a couple months, and you're wasting money, because for twice as much you can get good clothes and stuff that lasts a lot longer. It's like this shirt here I'm wearing here is a heavy duty cotton. It only costs $5 more than some of these cheaper ones at Sam's Club and stuff that only last a tenth the time this does. I have some of these shirts that are 4 years old that I've worn quite a bit, and they're still tough, hard, working and everything else. So, that's something else is your clothing. And I'm going to get more personal on it. Besides your outer clothing, your undergarments.
I was in the Army. I've got plenty of everything. Trust me. I know what you need to have when you go to the field.
Yeah. So, yeah, like what CR said, no fast. Can't even pronounce it. No fast fashion. Try saying that 10 times fast. Yeah. Actually, I have a pair of Red Wing boots that I bought before I met my wife. Granted, I only wear them for 1 month out of the year. At least now I even wear it less. It was around Halloween time when we had our haunted house. And they're the lineman boots with the big, thick, high sole and the big, thick high heels with the thick soles on it. So the lineman's pull straps go in there, they wouldn't slide off. You wouldn't go whoops. So I had that. I've had that since before I met my wife. So that's when I said that's 35 years, 36 years I've had them.
Yeah, he's got a winning game plan there. He said he'll just flip them inside out every 2 or 3 days.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Disney time. Big Hero 6. The one guy that was the one that wasn't a real science, the rich kid. I wear them front. I wear them back. Gross. I turn them inside out. I wear them.
I hope you're
not
doing that now, there, Jay. Like for practice standards. That's gross.
Hey, that was a joke. That was a joke at scout camps with the boys to see how long they could wear the same pair of underwear.
No.
Yes, I know. And it's like, sorry guys, you're all going to take a shower. You're gonna bring back and put the dirty underwear here where I can see it before you put it back in your bag.
Wow.
The next year, they all brought plenty of underwear.
Now, I am going to say this, okay? During the pandemic or whatever, this was the biggest pain in my ass. I needed bras, okay? I hate to talk about this, but I did. I needed bras, okay? I could not find a bra for my life. And then not only that, the stores would not let you try anything on. So there was like, you couldn't try anything on. I needed bras. Like that was like the biggest thing that's happened. It was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah. So stock up, ladies.
There was another time back, I'm not sure when it was, but there was a problem with the brassieres throughout the nation. And my grandmother was super endowed. And he was back in the late 60s, early 70s. I remember hearing her, my sister, my mom, and my aunt all talking about this. And now, YouTube doesn't want me to talk about it.
Well, just stock up on sports bras specifically.
Yeah.
Not regular bras.
Once they found the sizes that they all worked, they all started making sure they had 5 unopened pair in the house. They opened a pair, they went and bought another one of the exact same one. So they knew it was going to fit.
I know that's a funny subject. And yeah, but it's not really all that funny when you're a girl. Like it's not a funny subject. I went to several places looking for a bra. You can't try them on. It's a horrible thing. It's not a good thing.
Al said go commando.
Yes, I saw that. I wasn't going to say it out loud. But boy. Yeah, it's yeah. So stock up on sports bras.
Yeah, so that's see, there's something else there. And if you're not stocked up, and all of a sudden there's nothing in the stores for 3 months or so or more, it's going to get a little guys. The mama's not going to be happy, so you make sure she's stocked up now. Because once the supply chain starts moving, the only thing they're going to be moving at first is going to be food.
Yeah, but then you'll start to notice little things like things going out, like bras and shirts and all that kind of stuff. Stuff that I mean, there's going to be shirts and stuff. But it's just not going to be something that you're going to want to wear unless you're absolutely desperate.
Yeah. And yeah, so there's
Yeah, like halter tops. Thank you, Tim. It's not something I'm going to be wearing in the dead of winter, you know?
yeah. And that's where some of the skills come, other skills come in handy. Learning to do other things. Now we said it was a 3-month time frame we found before the supply chain comes back up. What if it's one of these other if I use a proper classification, a properly classified SHTF where it's going to be 5 years before things return to normal. What that means is that, it may be a total for the first 9 months, and it's going to take the next, 4.25 years to get back up to normal. So if it's going to be 9 months without any trucks running for whatever reason, trains not running, So now you realize you need to take your preps out a little bit farther. Now, here's what's neat. Everyone talks about their food storage. Oh, I got it on rotation so it goes bad. Well, hang on a second here. Let me show you something.
Steve's cracking me up.
I moved them.
God.
This whole Mad Max situation is getting out of hand.
Put them away in my closet. I have the packet of the wool socks from Costco. The 6-pack of socks. I probably got 8 6-packs of the wool socks. Because when I started getting them, all of a sudden, they didn't have them, and they didn't have them for months, and they got just a few in. So I bought a bunch, and I stocked up till I had a bunch, in stock. They're not going to go bad. I got them in Ziploc bags to keep the moths away from them. But those socks will still be just as good in 10 years from now.
Yeah. I like Columbia socks and Carhartt socks. Those are my favorite in the summer or winter time.
Yeah.
The summertime, I don't really wear any socks.
Yeah. So like I also picked up a bunch of the Carhartt boot socks for when I'm wearing my cowboy boots.
Yeah, their socks are awesome.
Oh,
they're like the best socks ever. Yeah.
But then I'll take it to pants, work pants. I'm not talking about the pants you wear to go to work if you work in an office. I'm talking about work pants like jeans, Dickies, Carhartts, heavy duty ones that you can get out on your knees, work in the garden to get food so you can eat because there's nothing in the store.
Now we got Ryder Dust out there trying to tell all the women that their yoga pants are just long-legged underwear. Oh my. I see what he's trying to do there, but I don't think it's going to work.
I love yoga pants. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
Diggs. I got to put that one up. I'm sorry, folks. I have offense, but. All right, Steve, you see this? Here's your Mad Max time. Come on. There we go. Oh, and yeah. Where to go? Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, I have a ton of herbs and I can make my own essential oils. So that's definitely a thing, but I don't use essential oils that much. However, I make my own herbal blends and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh,
Ryder Dust. Oh my god.
One of the things to consider is that if this is a long-term thing where the supply chain's down, are you still going to have a job? Bruce is retired like I am. But, people, think about your job. If the supply chain's not working, are you still going to be able to do your job?
Actually, if this goes down, yeah, I'd have a job. I wouldn't be retired anymore. Everybody want me to do up security. How do we secure this area? What are we going to do?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd have a full-time job.
Steve, and I have a guaranteed income or barter system. But So that's one of the things, like you think an office worker, what does an office run on? The number one thing an office runs on?
Paper.
Mm-hmm. And if that truck ain't delivering the reams and reams of paper monthly to the office, all of a sudden it's like, we can sit here and twiddle our thumbs. So, we can enter stuff in the computer. We can't print anything off, can't file anything. There's going to be a big problem. My wife works for a property management company. She can work totally from home, but she needs a what's called an AP clerk in the office there. So when she prints off stuff, they can put it in the file. They have it all in the electronic file, but for some reason, they're legally required to have hard copies as well. So all the budgets and stuff, they got to have hard copies. Every time they cut a check, they get that hard copy back and put it in the file.
And Diggs is right. I know what he hauls, so he can drive his truck right on down here. He'll be welcome, no problem.
What does he haul?
He doesn't want you to know that, so you got to go to a meetup if you want to find that out.
Oh. Well, Diggs, if you're ever trucking out here over in Idaho, swing by. We'll have a talk. Steve. Did you catch that one?
I would spray the... Oh, my Lord.
And then nitrogen prices. Oh, yeah. For agriculture, nitrogen prices going through the roof. That's your fertilizers.
Unfortunately.
And so's the ammonia. The ammonia is going through the roof, too, because it's used in making DEF. DEF. The diesel exhaust fluid. Blah. I get my... That's right. So back, when was this? 2008, I think it was 2006, when there was a crisis, and Toyota with their just in time only delivery for making cars and stuff. And suddenly there's a problem with chips, and they had to scramble to find chips. Suddenly they realized, wait a minute, it's worth storing these little itty bitty chips in a warehouse. We can store a lot of chips for the cars and not have to worry about the problem. And so this last, in 2020, when everybody was scrambling for chips, Toyota had enough chips for 2 years at their automotive plants. Let's see. All right, here's something that Courtney's already set on. She has 2 of them that she can brew stuff with.
What are you talking about?
Drip, 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 drip.
Oh, yeah. I have a couple of them.
You're talking about a still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. My part of the country, I can't imagine that I'd find a still anywhere. That'd be outrageous.
Or you probably wouldn't find anybody willing to share.
No, he might find someone willing to share, so long as he works security to protect that still.
Yeah.
Got to have barterable items.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Uncle Al. Now we're going to go. Think about it. Guys, you got to keep Mama happy. You got to make sure the proper supplies are on hand.
I think I would have worded that a little differently there, but okay.
Hey, if she doesn't have them and she gets grumpy, if she's not happy, you're not going to be happy, guys.
Yes, fishes. Uncle Al needs tampons.
Josh, I would not have admitted to that. Now, yeah, it's good that we can joke about certain things, but there's a seriousness behind all this for these jokes.
I know. I fear the day Uncle Al's going to need tampons. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm catching up here. Serious. How long does store-bought fertilizer last? Oh, there. Good question. Where'd it go? Come on. Where'd it go? There. So good question. One I never thought about. How long do the pesticides last and the fertilizers last? I do know that a certain pesticide called chloridane lasts for at least 75 years. Unfortunately, you can't buy it anymore. Fortunately, the last year it was available, my grandmother bought 6 gallons of it. Extreme concentrate. And I have one of those gallons. My sister has one. They got divided amongst her grandkids for those that wanted it.
Tim, they didn't have tampons then. They had
the rag.
With a rag.
That's where the saying came from, guys.
My grandmother would call them Kotex. But, yes. Not to get all gross.
Boy, that jumped way up a whole bunch. They're coming in. Hey, cloth diapers. Hey, is the supply chain down for a while and there's an accident and somebody suddenly in the family way, whether it's you or your daughters, do you have cloth diapers to use?
I'm praying that I can teach my son to use the bathroom sometime this year, and I won't have to worry about diapers ever again.
Does he like Skittles?
He doesn't get a lot of candy. I don't give him a lot of candy.
Well, what I'm saying right now, we're using that on Danny. You come tell us before you pee in your pull-up that you need to sit on the potty, you get a Skittle.
Nice.
Before you pee in your pull-up. You pee in the potty, you get another Skittle. You poop in the potty, you get 2 more Skittles.
I don't really know what he gets excited about. Like, he doesn't get excited about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not really. Free range.
No, we're not going Ultra Commando for the kids.
For Commando.
You ever had a kid running around Ultra Commando and all of a sudden they let loose? Yeah.
My son went Ultra Commando this afternoon by accident and took his diaper off, and I was like, no. Yes, he loves fruit. He does love a fruit cup.
Yeah.
He gets excited about that. And he likes juice boxes. But
yeah, so
the kid doesn't.
As you can see, we're talking about things there's, I think one of the biggest thing here, and I touched on it briefly, is, if the supply chain goes down for several months, your employment, what's going to happen with your job? So in the meantime, I'm going to give the admonition that Daniel at Arms Family Homestead gives. Have a side hustle. Start making extra money on the side now and put that money away as savings in case you lose your regular job. You have money there to survive on until you get another job. And if your side hustle becomes good enough that you're making more from your side hustle than you are from your regular job, then you have a choice to make.
Yeah.
Of course, if the side hustle doesn't have the health insurance and retirement system set up that the regular time job does, then you keep doing both for a while as best you can.
The only thing I know that I could survive. That's not a problem. What I'm concerned with, though, is my medications that I cannot survive. Yeah. I probably could. I'd just be very, very, very sick for weeks. Yeah. And no one would want to be around me. No one would want to be around me, and I would be extremely sick for weeks. Yeah. It'd be great.
One of the things here, look, that popped up. Oh, okay. Hang on. When did that come up here? Oh, okay. Gardner Josh is going live in 8 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. I just got
I
the
didn't know
notification.
that.
I just got the notification. He's going live in 8 minutes.
Did I get the link?
I don't know.
Josh?
So
My buddy.
we're going to wrap this up here then, so we can all go over and raid Gardner Josh. Let me see if I can find it here, so I can put the link out here for you guys. Here it is. At quarter after he goes live, here's the link for Gardner Josh.
That's awesome, Gardner Josh. I didn't know you were doing that. Very big surprise.
Boom. And there it's going into the chat. All right. So let me grab this over here, and we're going to wrap it up with this with the coming up here. So tomorrow night on my Camp Patton family compound, that's the CFC Camp Patton family compound, for those that don't know. Friday night on the Homestead, we're going to be talking about Christmas stuff.
I'm 99% sure I won't be able to make it, so I'm just letting you know.
I think a lot of people aren't going to make it. Some of the show, we're just going to have a nice little chat, talk about favorite Christmas things, Christmas stories, I'm going to probably open up for more people to come up here because there's no, guided topic is other than Santa Claus is coming to town. And I may even put up the NORAD tracking of Santa Claus.
That's kind of cool. That's really cute.
And so that's what's on Friday. Monday is on Fireside Chat on Camp Patton Family Compound is Christmas recovery, getting ready for the new year. Tactical Tuesday, we're going to talk about extra travel tips and stuff for the new year, and considering that day before yesterday was the first day of winter, we got 3 more months of winter, folks. Yeah. And next Thursday here, the topic for next Thursday has to do what everybody was freaking out with about 4 months ago. That little island, Parma, off the coast of Spain over there, where it was, the whole side of the mountain's going to slide into the ocean and we have a tsunami hitting the East Coast. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. What the ramifications are if that happens, what's going to happen for the people on the East Coast, those inland a little bit at a certain elevation, and those on the other side of the Appalachians, those west of the Appalachians. How's it going to affect the rest of us? So that's what's up for next Thursday. All right. And
Fishes
of course,
has an order for everybody.
What was that?
Check the side chat. Fishes has an order for everybody. They all have to do what Steve suggested.
Oh, no.
That will be in about 2.5 hours when I step in the shower. So,
all righty, we'll see y'all over at Josh's.
Yeah, see you at Josh's in about 3 minutes. So everyone, remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do something foolish or stupid. And most important of all, after tonight, some more stuff. Add more stuff to your preps. Water, food, clothing, medicines, whatever it is you're going to need that you can't go to the store and buy, figure it out. Oh, I froze again. All right.